And thank you for staying with us. Time now to introduce to you our first guest and our first topic here in the program. We have with us live over the phone Dr. Khaled Yousseif, the Vice Dean of the Faculty of Navigation Sciences and Space Technology at Beni Suef University. A very good evening to you, Dr. Yousseif. Thank you for joining us and happy Ramadan.
Good evening. It's my pleasure and happy Ramadan to you and all the kind family of the studio.
Thank you. Dr. Yousseif, the high-tech revolution is definitely having an impact on the job market and will probably have a bigger impact in the future. Some jobs will be lost, but others will be created. Could you talk to us about the new generation of jobs that you think will be created and are being created at the moment, and some of the jobs that will be lost, and how all of these dynamics will affect economies of the developed and developing worlds?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Actually, it's really hitting a key demand in our daily life today, because we have usually common, let's say, common rumors that the technology is getting rid of a lot of jobs, which means more unemployment, which is not the case, because usually what the technology and the transformation that we have today has a clear impact on a transformation of the type and the structure of jobs that we used to see in our day-to-day operations and day-to-day life. Actually, what we have seen today that we have usually across the civilization, associated with the civilization, new jobs is created and old jobs is becoming no more on the scene. And this is normal since the beginning of the nature, because we have actually in our long journey across the several civilizations that we have, even before centuries, we have a jobs that is normally today has no meaning. Like, for example, the job related to the transfer of water, like the demand that is used to transfer the water and giving and transfer it to houses. This job is no more there on the ground. And we have in front of that a lot of jobs is created, like the piping systems, the motor vendors. We have the men who do the control of this operation, the companies that supply the chemicals related to the purification and the health status of water. So how many jobs is created against how many jobs is destroyed? We can imagine that it's 1 to 200. So what we have today that we have a lot of jobs created as a result of civilization, as a result of technology, which means more economy that is suitable for the human beings today, because the population is increasing dramatically as well. So the technology is helping the economies of the countries and the economies of the world to be more suitable to the dramatic increase in the population, because if we use the jobs and the technologies that we have before, the economy is going to be not sufficient to respond to the demand of the human beings that is today. We are almost 10 billion person around the world, which means we are not no more 500 million persons. We are no more like 20, 30 years ago. So the economies cannot be sustained if we don't have the technology. Technology, they are an important and significant tool to make the jobs more suitable to the human being and step it more into the brain rather than the muscle. So we have clearly different sources of economy, as I mentioned earlier.
Yes, Dr. Yousseif, that is clear. That point is clear. But you know, the losses, the jobs that will be lost, how can we compensate for that? Because I guess smart jobs, or so-called smart jobs, or the new generation of jobs will be less in number than the traditional jobs. So what will we do with those who will be losing their jobs?
Actually, the number of newly created jobs, where there's a number of removed jobs from the map of the job structure, is, according to the Harvard Business Review, is like 1 to 30, which means every job disappear, we have in front of it 30 jobs created.
30 created for one disappear?
Versus one disappear, yes. This is normally as a result of civilization. I will give you an example. If we have a robotic, robots, that humanoids, that is doing some muscular functions the human being is used to do, like the transfer of let's say, pallets in a factory from a point to a point. So we are replacing the laborers that are doing this function with the robots. Okay, so what is the job that is here threatened is the job of the labor that do this muscular activity. If we have a look at the robot that is doing this function, we need in front of that the guy that is, or the job that is programming the robot, the job that is testing the robot, the job that is building the robot in terms of human labors, the job that is transferring the robot from a place to another, the one who is configuring the robot. So you can imagine all of these jobs is created. And
so whether the 30 to 1 estimate is accurate or not, you're telling us that we shouldn't fear for any loss of jobs, because actually we will have more jobs in the future due to high tech. This is what you're saying, Dr. Yousseif?
Yeah, but again, the man should think of how to change his career or how to transform his job. I mean, if you have a job that is threatened today, then you have to think of how could you migrate and being more skillful to do a more suitable job to the human being. So it's not a matter of losing job or not. The matter of there is a transformation in the job structures worldwide, and due to the technology, and the new generations should think of how to be adapted and how to learn and be educated to be suitable for this type of jobs that is no more that will be in the future.
Indeed.
And not to focus on the jobs that will be disappearing in the near future.
Yes, naturally. So adapting, coping, learning, developing skills.
Darwin's theory, the one who cannot adapt to the change, he will be out of the sea.
Indeed. Dr. Khaled Yousseif, Vice Dean of the Faculty of Navigation Sciences and Space Technology at Beni Suef University, many thanks for your insight, sir. And dear viewers, time now for topic number 2 in the program, which is the World Bank's praise of Egypt's efforts in the development of Upper Egypt and the partnership and the cooperation between Egypt and the World Bank. First, let's watch a report together on the issue prepared by our own Abir Hussein and Rasha Abdel Hamid.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has inaugurated a major complex for producing benzene at the Asyut Petroleum Refining Company in Upper Egypt, in addition to several infrastructure projects in the region. It is one of the state's strategic projects that aim to develop Upper Egypt by securing benzene supplies to the region. During the inauguration event in Asyut, President el-Sisi inaugurated over video conference a number of other infrastructure projects in the region, including the Abu Quras water plant, a hospital for treating liver diseases, Deir Mawas Central Hospital, Malawi Specialized Hospital, and Samalut Model Hospital in Minya. The head of state also inaugurated projects of expansions to several water plants in Qina, the Faculty and Hospital of Dentistry and the University of Asyut, the Children's Specialized Hospital and Aziz Hospital for Women and Childbirth in Luxor, and a hospital for mental health in Sohag. In his speech during the event, Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli said the state has grown a comprehensive plan to develop Upper Egypt in order to remedy historic marginalization and poor services. Premier Madbouli said the state has been working to improve the quality of life for Egyptian citizens by implementing several development projects. He noted that the government has pumped investments worth £1.1 trillion into projects to develop Upper Egypt's governorates with a successful 96% rate of implementation. Madbouli detailed the projects the state has concluded over the past 7 years in Upper Egypt, stressing that such projects aim both to raise the standard of living for citizens and also maximize the use of the region's natural resources. Several projects have been implemented to provide drinking water as well as raise sewage coverage rates at a cost of £44.5 billion in Upper Egypt. The government also constructed 188,000 housing units in the region at a cost of £41.5 billion that have been equipped with the necessary services and utilities. He said the state has also connected natural gas to 11 million housing units in Upper Egypt and established and developed 63 projects in health sector. Furthermore, 14 major road axes are being constructed across the Nile River at a cost of £23.5 billion. Madbouli also has announced the establishment of the largest date farm in the world on an area of 40,000 feddans in Toshka. The government has increased the allocations of public investments in Upper Egypt to £92.4 billion during the current 2021-2022 fiscal year, up from £47 billion allocated in 2020-2021 fiscal year. Southern Upper Egypt has the lion's share of these allocations with a total of £51 billion, representing 55% of total public investments in Upper Egypt.
All right, thank you for staying with us. With us now live over the phone is Engineer Mustafa Wali, the former General Manager of the Federation of Egyptian Industries and also a member of the Egyptian